Okay, so if I look at this shell, this one right here, I'll find that I can click on edges, go into edges, and I can find its counterpart somewhere over on the other side. Let's see, where does this connect to? By highlighting one single set of edges, it allows you to see where it connects to. If it connects to something, it should connect to something. It doesn't really show what it's connecting to, but what's really nice is I can see it both here and there and say, well, it connects to nothing. In fact, I think it's an external face or a back face. To check this out, I love how these things happen because I get to show how to fix it. Let's go to cleanup and let's just make sure of some things. Let's select matching polygons with 4 side faces and apply. Okay, and just kind of look through this to make sure everything looks, if everything's highlighted, it's good to go. So if it's highlighted here, it's good to go. To shell indicates that it's just a part. F on the keyboard to zoom in on that. Again, it's looking kind of weird, so what I want to do here is maybe fix that area up a little bit, but first I'm just going to highlight the faces for that. I just want to see what happens when I delete these faces. Because it looks like just a mirroring problem or something. So just to check if everything's okay, I'm just moving around stuff in that area to make sure everything's still glued together. It was just a double backed face, so, or an external face coming off an edge. So nothing to be concerned about. Good to get rid of. Alright, so let's see. How would I show stitching then? Because that's what I was relying on, stitching. Okay, let's say I have this edge right here, and I need to find its counterpart edge, which is probably over here. If I needed to glue 2 shells together, which I really don't want to, but I will show, I could take this, highlight the edges, find its counterpart, which is over here, and I can move and sew. Now this is, here's sew UV edges together, here's move and sew UV edges. So depending on where it's located, it's going to take that shell and move it to this area. If I further needed to clean it up, because this area is now kind of messed up, I can then choose to unfold the area and it will fix it up. Okay, so that's how you do that. Another thing I really like doing here in Maya is to shell. A feature that they don't have in Blender is this. This is the UV lattice tool, and it allows me to really manipulate these in big, broad chunks. Now that's very important because, especially with organic modeling, if you need to make minor adjustments to the outside frame, that's a real easy way to do that. Let's see what else. This button right here allows me to highlight things in big chunks. Okay, so I can highlight them and then move them very quickly. This one allows me to smooth or relax items. Okay. One thing that I like doing though, however, instead of using this tool, is to use relax. Okay, and you can see how they just relax those UVs. I do want the UVs to stay the way they are, so I'm just going to not relax them. Relaxing them is good for organics again, but not too swell for unorganic models. Alright, the only thing that Blender fails at, it doesn't stay too good within the boundaries, and I like having a little bit of wiggle room. So what I want to do here is take these UVs and then scale them down just a skosh, and so they're not touching that gray right there and going outside the UV bounds. Alright, good to go. So what happens now is I could texturize this item in several different manners, and I might probably just go through the process and just texturize the whole little axe, and it probably won't take that long. It'll probably take about 4 or 5 videos. So in this video I just wanted to show you some of the tricks within here. I think one more trick that I use all the time is this one right here. I could flip. Okay, I use that quite a lot. But this other stuff, you know, I really don't use too often. Rotate I use a lot. The smudge tool comes in handy because you can go like this. Okay. Again, very good for organic modeling, but not too well here. If you need to lay out UVs, you can grab UVs and go like this and go to layout, and you could choose a square box, and it'll ask you what kind of layout do you want, and what kind of map do you want. Let's say I want 2048. Okay, it'll give me the greatest pattern for 2048 map. That's arbitrary though, because it's all upon the texture that I make to begin with. So whether it be 512 or 2048, I'm going to show you how to bake textures and get an ambient occlusion map, and it's already going to be 4096. So I'll show you that in the next video.